I was trying to figure out how we're gonna do this. I'm on my way to go ground. For the most part, today on the grind. I guess we'll go ahead on the kick.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate
life
that.
with Archie off.
Okay.
Today on the grind, man, I realized every single place I went in.
It's too good to be true. It's true. It's true.
Was cold.
It's really true what you
And I was
see
like,
when
man,
I walk through the door. They always told
how
me certain
and why in
things
the
that
world?
come with a glow.
Cause everywhere
We
cold.
weary of them things that's just too
But
good to be true.
I don't know if you can hear me because the wind, let me roll the windows
no
up.
worries with the dude because I'm coming in doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm keeping it true with every single move, dude. And this
Alright, so yeah, we on our way to go ground. To go ground.
Real.
Look a little
like this
cloudy outside, but we're gonna make do with it. I'm wondering, soaking up so much sun, is it really playing effect on my sensitivity to the AC in these places? Because I'm like, maybe they always did this temperature, you know, but I don't know. Today that was like unbearable cold. But I really got to start getting footage of in the gym. Basically, in a nutshell, like, shoot, I enjoy it. And I can't really explain my workout unless you really just witness my workout. But basically what I do is I pick one or two machines and I dominate them. I attack them. Like this morning I was on one machine for 2 hours right there, 2 hours. Well, probably a little less than 2 hours, but it was, I went in the gym at 5 and I left out at 7 to start my grind. And basically, in a nutshell, I did a little bit of a back stretch, and then I did another machine working on my back. That's really it. I don't really believe in a couple of sets unless I'm bulking. Like, I'm really more about endurance. That's really my aim when I'm in there. I don't want to give out on nothing. Like, when I do something, I want to keep going and keep going regardless. So again, I'm really looking forward to grounding. That's really it. I weighed in today. Well, this morning at like 167. I told y'all I was gonna drop it, man. Like, real, what you think? It's a game. So we were at what, 174 yesterday. And I dropped it to 167. I'm gonna drop it some more. I'm probably gonna do one more big drop.
What do you get out of faking?
I don't know yet. I am gonna drop it
anything that you
a
really
little bit more before we start building muscle.
If you really wanted to be a big hater,
building
I tell you, go ahead like a bottle, drink it up for later. But here we go, now mayor, coming around the way.
And then my thing is this right here.
Every
like
single day,
anybody that's into fitness
like you
knows
really know
how hard it is to lose weight after you get to a certain weight. Like, once you get down to a certain weight and a certain body fat percentage, it is tougher to lose weight than it was when you was losing it from Jump Street. Believe that. It's tough. Like, you really have to trick your body. Like, you really have to trick it. Like, if you don't trick your body, it ain't budging. That's why they say it's so tough to get to a certain percentage. Like if I wanted to go on stage as a natural bodybuilder, it's tough to get there, because once you get, like, you drop so low, your body's like, hey, let nothing else go. But I think it's like the little, they kept talking about little keys and little niches here and there. They help you to get down to a certain body fat percentage. Like, they try to tell you, but it's one of those things where you just got to find out for yourself. And just learning your body, really, at the end of the day, is all you do. Just learn your body. You learn the little tricks of this and that, man. Like, for real, it can be done. And I'm just thankful, though, honestly. It's kind of that theory, like, you give a man a fish, what you feed a man, and he may come back. He may be coming back tomorrow. ask you for some more food, but you teach that man how to get his own food. I just took the whole fishing thing all the way. Teach a man how to get his own food, then you ain't gotta worry about him. He know how to go get it, but that ain't how I go. But I just twisted it my way. But I can't get here to grounding quick enough. I ain't rushing it, but I don't know if it got anything to do with the grounding portion of it. Or if I just know that's where I'm about to get my first bit of food. I don't know if it's like robbery to get out of here, but I know that I get my first bit of food. Today again, we're gonna start with fat. I'm gonna do raw cashews. Well, technically they're not raw. They're raw enough to label them raw in the store because raw cashews are actually poisonous from my understanding. So they're raw enough to get in the store and labeled as raw, but they don't have any salt. They're not fried because a lot of them nuts everybody loving and enjoying are just deep fried nuts. Think about it. When you look on the back of that label, the only thing it should say is a little bit of seasoning if you get some flavored ones, and then that's it. Nah, you got a whole lot of oils and all this other stuff. Like what? So they deep fry them things, man. That's why. But it looks like it's trying to do something, but we're gonna get in some type of grounding today. It's kind of hard to tell with the yellow shade. Everything looks bright. So I'm gonna leave it running, honestly. Nah, I ain't, cause I'm get ready for my walk. I'm gonna have my windows up, sweating. I'm gonna let my windows down. I can let my windows down. Never down something too high.
Don't know about the mud pies, man. Yeah, they don't stay this shit, they don't come out.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead on and get ready for this walk. Hey, y'all stay blessed, man. Until in a little while. So I'm out here. It really didn't take that long. It didn't take me that long. So I'm out here. I don't really got much to say today. You know, it just boggled me about all those places being so cold. And like we just sitting in air conditioning all day. If you think about it, that's like an air conditioner. That's a form of conditioning. Like, I understand heat in the winter. I understand air in the cold. I mean, air in the cold. Air in the heat too. And did I say heat in the winter? Yeah. I understand that. But think about it like this in the summertime, man. You know, you got your air conditioner on. You know, think about it like bacon fat, bacon grease on the stove. After it cool down, any grease really, it hardens. If we just sit up in cold environments, I would think it would be preserving the fat more so. That's just my theory. And it would be to help lose the fat. Because they say when you sleep in the cold, it helps burn fat. Because in the cold, you burn like this for your body trying to keep you warm. You burn more. So you can go at that theory too. But my theory is bacon fat. Once you put some bacon fat in the refrigerator in the freezer and watch what happens to it. You know, so that about my basic. Like my concept is so simple when I'm on this journey, and it can be debunked, but can't nobody change my way of thinking. Take your slice of bread and a little cup of water and mix it up. And look at it. Just look at it. Just look at it. That's your intestines. That's what's going into your system. You know. Take you some cheese and melt it and put it in some water. That's just my theory. But yeah, past all that, that's just how I look at it. And I know there are more scientific and better ways with the stomach acid and all this other stuff. Still don't stop it from turning into goop. That's eat too much of the certain stuff. Even with cashews and stuff, you can't really eat because you can mush that up and put it in water. Turn like a peanut butter. You know, so moderation is key with everything. So I don't want to single one thing out, but my mind was stuck on the cold air. Just because every place I went there felt super cold. Still no updates on grounding. If there are any prominent signs that it works. I don't know if after I thought about it, with me eating my fat out here and it's the first bit of food that I put into my body, I don't know if I'm just enjoying it because I know I get to eat. So I may try it without eating, but I really don't. Like, if I were eating heavy, if I wasn't dropping,
I was at my mama's house.
I would probably do it. Normally I would do it without eating in a fasted state, but I got another theory. You know, and that's why I don't really ever convince anybody to change the way they eat when they start this journey, because it's your fuel. So sometimes you can use what you're eating to burn more. Some people will say, no, you can't burn off bad. But over time, I guarantee it, because I did it. Now, granted, I wasn't eating 3 whole meals, but I did it. I didn't stop eating pasta. It was a pasta chicken dish that I ate faithfully because it was high in carbs and it kept me energized through my whole workout walk, really. Other than that,
tell me what you gonna do.
I don't be trying to hear all those stuff the folk be saying. And then I don't want to knock personal trainers, but after looking at it, as a personal trainer, you can milk somebody for their money. You be like, okay, how much weight you want to lose? Now, granted, let's keep in mind, because I want to, by this afternoon, I want to be at 164. The only reason I want to be at 164 by this afternoon is because that would mean we were at, what, 184, May the 6th. And today is June the 6th. And if we're at 164, that means we lost 20 pounds, right? So, I said earlier that anybody that's in the fitness knows how hard it is to lose weight when you drop to a certain weight, right? So, if we're dropping 20 pounds in 1 month, come on, man. That was the basis of the premise of how I dropped 100 pounds basically in 3 months without it being just ridiculous, like super skin. I still got loose skin I'm tightening up now, but it's doable. It's possible. That's only 30 pounds a month, a little over 30 pounds. You can go with 33 pounds a month. You know, one of them was 34, but if I'm dropping 20 at this size, just imagine how much I was dropping when I was carrying around the weight. Man, you can drop it. It's just about, are you going to put in that hour? Like if you now there's other stuff I do recommend. You know, I do recommend some different little exercises just to keep the skin tight. You know, so you ain't messing around and having to do the extra stuff to tighten the skin, and Lord forbid some type of surgery. But I kid you not, just walking an hour a day, and some days, you know, you may go over once you get into that spew, but if you can get yourself up to an hour walking, you'd be amazed at the miracle that it do. And then being mindful of adding in fiber. And if you can cut some liquid sugar mainly, but if you can cut sugars for a bit, you know, during this, and you'll see real nice results. I definitely believe it and know it. So people like, man, I walk all day, this and other. But is it consecutive? Are you consecutively without resting for an hour walking? Not propping up, I mean like dedicate an hour out, and is that what you're doing for that full hour? That is the true question. Like, don't don't do yourself like that, man. You ain't doing yourself no justice. You know, it ain't. I ain't here to sell talk, man. I can only tell you what worked for me, and now I got video proof of it. Now, if some of the videos show me doing other stuff, granted, that is true. But ultimately, I really still stand by the hour a day. And then, if you get off the weight loss portion of it, it's just a mind strengthener, because at a certain point, you kind of like, bro, I'm over this. I could be doing something else with my time. But what's more valuable than investing your time back into you? Then that brings me to my other point that I thought about today. Hey, if it is true that we come back here, or we're reincarnated, don't send me to this earth, or no place like it. You know, if I may ask, you know, let's come up with something else for me to do other than being a human. You know, and I say that with all, somebody will be like, well, maybe you say that because you're not living your life to the fullest. I can get with you on that. But I will say this, even if I'm living my life to the fullest, there's somebody else that's not. I don't want to be a part of a place like this or nothing else like it. I don't want, if everything isn't equal across the board, like, and I mean like intentions, people's intentions, they're not good. People's actions, if they're not good, and some people are like, what is good? Something that's not harmful to the next person, something that is thoughtful to the next person. People that have no mischief in their mind, not plotting and planning against people, not trying to get up and get over and all this stuff. I mean, like, if it's anything like this and people got hurt in a certain way, I don't want to be a part of it, man. Honestly, I'm here on earth not by my choice that I understand. You feel me? And I'm gonna make the best of it because I'm here. But that was just a thought of mine, so I just felt the need to share. But man, I'm telling you that even when I do get to the place of being able to be a help here, I still don't feel like that's gonna be enough. And I know we leave it to God, but I can only express how I feel and how I talk to God. Because even if you make me a billionaire, gazillionaire, I still wouldn't be able to, that I know of, to be able to help people within. The outside, we make sure you get you some food. We make sure that you straight, you got a place. But I mean, on the inside, you can get somebody out there and to give them a moment of happiness. But if they can't reach that true place of having all and being wealthy mentally, it's all for nothing, man. Because the world is going to whip them. Come on, man. Folks be like, what you talking about? Whip them, bro. You ain't looked around and realized that you enslaved unless you free. When life happens because you ain't going to make that dollar, you get whipped. You get whipped into going to do what you got to do to get that dollar. Bring it back to the master. Return it to whose face is on it. I'm not knocking the system at all. Not speaking against it at all. But what I'm saying is just open up your eyes, man. And then once you call it for what it is, and you ain't got to accept it, but once you call it for what it is, 9 times out of 10, they got to flee from you. You know, and I believe that's how we begin to build our new world, our new empire, our new reality. But yeah, look at the time. 12 minutes. So, man, I'm about to chop some of these up. Like I said, not promoting that brand, anything, but that's just what I got access to. So, and then after this bag, since they're so costly, I'm gonna go to the dry, the roasted unsalted peanuts, and they'll do the same thing protein wise. And I was eating on some pumpkin seeds yesterday. I know some guy had 10 grams. I ain't no salesman of protein, but when you're in my position, you just try to, you know what I'm saying? When you doing a certain kind of mood, you know, you try to find it where you can find it naturally. But I might stick by them pumpkin seeds, man. I didn't know they were here like that. But yeah, so I did get in where I get it in. And then after we get done, after our body just start burning fat on its own, then I'll start bringing the beans back to, you know, I just start bringing a bunch of different stuff. I keep you updated as I bring it about. I ain't no nutritionist yet, and I ain't no expert on nutrition, but I just know what worked for me and every day is still a test and trial, because sometimes my body act differently to certain stuff, so I just go with it and see what is. But man, y'all, I'm about to chop these up, because by the time I get back around to the car, I gotta put the bag up. So what I didn't eat, by the time I make it back to the car, it won't get eaten out here on this walk burnout. So let me chop this up, man. Like, for real, I've been waiting on this, and I've been waiting on this time out here too to talk too. Don't get me wrong, but y'all stay blessed. I know you will. Just, you know, open your eyes up, man. You know, don't just float through and be conditioned. Condition the condition to work for you. Stay blessed. Thank you for walking with AJ and the introduction to life with Archie. Y'all stay blessed. I got to thinking about it. I really didn't give much information on the weight loss part. I was like, well, when you know what to do, then you know how to drop your weight. So I don't like how that didn't give much information, because that doesn't really make me any different than the rest of the people in the world profiting from weight loss. So this is how I go about it, and somebody else can have a better way than my way, but like I said, I only know the way in which I've been doing it. So what I'll do to trick my body, because, let me hold that thought, if I instantly cut food, my body will go into survival, what's known as survival mode, where it'll start holding in reserve as much as possible, and then it gets tough to lose weight. So the way you trick your body is you make it feel as if it's in a surplus. That's why I've always encouraged to continue to do what you're doing, eat what you're eating, so to speak, when you begin, because you don't want to send your body into this shock. A lot of people jump in and want to stop eating this and I'm going to eat this right. Each his own, and I'm sure there are a lot of success stories behind that, but instead of just going straight natural, why not incorporate natural into what you're eating and then wean out the other stuff over time, because you're going to need that fuel, because that fuel is what's been driving this body, you know. So you can't just be like, oh, now I'm going to make my body run off of natural foods. You're going to be sluggish, you're going to hate life, you're going to be moving, which I big about in Jesus Christ's name. But I'm just tell you like it is. I ain't going to sit here and make it look, go eat the veggies and go eat the fruits only. I'm not going to tell you to do that, man. You know, but to get back to the point, what I do is I'll start eating in huge abundance. At this point, I'm looking for like big meals, like huge, humongous meals. And I'm gonna do that for about a week. I'm gonna still be moving, but I'm gonna do that for about a week. Out of that week, I might eat a little thinner meal, you know, just for the mental sanity, because you'd be like, man, am I getting out of control? So then the next week, I may still have some big meals, but just not as many. Then I'm gonna go back to eating heavy. At this point, my body's like cool, and it's like, all right, activity level here. All right, cool, blase, blase. Hey, no need to survive, hang on. You know what I mean? We're in the surplus. Then just shock it. Eat less as possible. Cut out 1 or 2 meals that next week, and see how that feels to you. And then once you go through that, bring back the heavy meals. Then go back into a shocker. You can even shock in between your heavy meals. It's just whatever works for you. You just got to find out what works for you, honestly. You know, because no two people are the same. And I don't technically have my paperwork sitting right in front of me to say, hey, at this stage I was doing this and doing this. But I can tell you, I can guarantee you that I was still eating the same foods, with the exception of some foods. I don't even think I was incorporated. Nah.
I see myself in the mirror and I saw me.
Well, not at the very beginning, but at some point, because I do remember sitting on the porch eating a tomato salad that had like cucumbers, garlic, vinegar, lemon, pepper. This was before my turmeric days. Just a bunch of different little spices on it, and it was good. It was good. It was really good. Like it was. That's when I knew I could do it. And I don't even like tomatoes. I tried mustard greens and berries. Until this, I've eaten berries, and I think of those mustard greens. But until this day, I've never tried mustard greens again, man. And that was at the beginning of my journey. I remember it vividly. I did it 3 days, and the third day I just couldn't get another bite down. And I had stocked the freezer up. I'm talking about, I just knew I could do that. I had stocked the freezer up with all that stuff, and I had to start over from scratch. So you're gonna have those moments, so don't get discouraged. Cause I was discouraged. I was like, man, what do I do? You know, but yeah, live and learn. So what I'm about to do is go into conservation mode and direct this talking energy that's being expended to my walk. And I'm gonna burn out on this. I burned out on walking yesterday too. I'm gonna burn out on walking. You be like, you can't burn out on walking. Yes, you can. Oh, but you can. And I think it's a difference in walking with shoes on and walking barefoot. I think when you walk barefoot, you target more muscles. And that means more muscles to get tired quicker. The muscles that you ain't never really worked. So now with grounding, I can't say spiritually I notice anything outside of being calmer, cooler. I'm a cool cat. But physically, my itty bitty toes on my feet, they're more engaged in my walking. Like when I first started, they were just like there. Like I didn't even know they had a purpose. I knew they were there, but they weren't doing too much of nothing. Cause in the shoe, they don't really got to do nothing. You know, and then that first day I tried to go up a hill, I heard my toe pop and I walked away limping. I was like, oh, I just knew I had messed something up, but I just kept walking it out just to see, just in case. And shoot, ever since I heard that little pop, shoot, you know how when you walk, have you ever just looked at your toes when you walk? Like they're engaged in the walk now, so it's pretty cool. So we'll see. But that was all I really had to say. All that really popped into my mind. I didn't feel like I touched on how to really trick your body into losing weight. You know, without it going into survival mode, because our bodies are designed to survive. So that's pretty much it. Yeah. Thank you for walking with AJ
Yeah.
and watching Half Nude Dude and the intro to Life with Archie.